read your book recently, How to Be a Conservative, and I think it's arguably a serious question: is conservatism still alive at all? Because we've seen in the United States, for instance, conservatism has been reduced to a type of free market economy. It's really an economic conception and not really a moral conception. So maybe we could just start.
Yeah, well, this is one of the worries that intellectual conservatives like me have. There aren't very many intellectual conservatives, it has to be said. We, on the whole, take the view that ordinary people are conservative, but they just don't articulate it. They're not ever pushed into the place where they've got to find the way of expressing their views rather than just having them and acting on them. But when it comes to politics, in a democracy, politicians have to offer things always.
Right.
And that means that there's a natural tendency for them to put their policies and their suggestions in economic terms. They say, you will be so much better off if you vote for us than if you don't. And gradually the language of economics takes over every question, so that it doesn't look as though there's any real distinction between politics and economics. And I think this has actually damaged the conservative position greatly, because precisely what conservatives are trying to say is that there are things that are jeopardized, things that are at risk, precisely because of our modern way of assigning a cost to everything, of seeing everything in economic terms, the profit and the loss dominating everything, rather than those things that really matter to the spiritual and moral health of the community. So, but you're absolutely right that because of this dominance of the economic question, conservatism tends to be seen as simply an apology for a free market economy, come what may, you know. And so if there's a question about an institution, for instance, what should we do to protect the institution of marriage or primary education or whatever, it gets put into another form, you know. What are the benefits economically of the old idea of marriage? You know, who can answer that question?